There, this is video 36 of a 45 video commitment before my 40th birthday. I was just reading through my book that I wrote with a bunch of random ideas in 2016. And the one that stuck out today was celebrate your victories. Don't celebrate your trophies. And what I mean by victories is the things you do, who you become, the things that are non-physical, maybe the intelligence that you gain or the experience or wisdom or whatever term you want to use for, or maybe a new talent that you create. Maybe you want to learn how to ride a unicycle or juggle fire, or learn how to walk on your hands. But if you celebrate your trophies, eventually what happens with anything in the physical world is, well, anything that you buy devalues, unless it's something of extraordinary value and it's an old piece of art or maybe a classic car from a long time ago. But typically anything new that we buy devalues as soon as we purchase it. And it also starts decaying to some matter, whether it's very small and we can't see it, but it is breaking down. So if you attach your happiness to what's in the physical world, eventually what's going to happen is your happiness is going to decay with that. It's going to devalue with that. And if you want to live a life that's full of happiness, I suggest that you find the non-physical things to appreciate more. It's nice to live in a nice house and drive maybe an expensive car that makes you feel good, which is important. The way you feel is ultimately the most important. But if you're only getting things because of it creates your identity for yourself, then you're going to be very disappointed when whatever that thing is that you identify as your happiness or who you are, no longer is with you. So I encourage you to find the non-physical things that make you happy and make you feel grateful or make you feel good. But ultimately, the goal of everything we do is to feel good or to improve the feeling that we're experiencing. So it's inside of feeling good is when we enjoy life. And ultimately, that's all we want to do, is enjoy life. So if you're not enjoying life, consider where your focus is. And consider, is it in the present? A lot of the times people wallow in the past. Usually not in the good things either. They focus on what they could have done different. They focus on what someone did to them. Very rarely do people reminisce about the good things in life. And if they do, it's usually temporarily, until something negative gets triggered. Then they put all their attention on that. And then they wonder why they keep reliving the same things over and over again. So put your attention towards your victories. And I suggest daily, every night before you go to sleep, write a wins list. Things you're grateful for the day. It could be something extremely simple. It doesn't seem that valuable, but it may have made a difference. Like maybe a good parking spot. Or you hit less red lights or more green lights. through your commute home. Or be grateful that you have a bed to sleep in. Be grateful that you have a roof over your head. Be grateful that you have food. Be grateful you have electricity to be able to see this. Because without electricity, there would be no internet. There would be no Wi-Fi towers. There would be no cell phones. Be no use for laptops. There would be no use for a lot of things in life. And if you're down south in Texas, there'd be no AC. And I promise you, if there was no air conditioning, I would not be living in Houston. It's rough enough as it is. Certainly couldn't deal with it if there was no air conditioning. So you have many things to be grateful for. And if you need things to be grateful for, write down below and I'll give you a list of things without knowing who you are. But just knowing that you have the ability to write and comment below.